Are we live? Are we live, folks? Welcome, welcome, Don Squad. Don Squad in the house. Stand up. Salute. It's your boy, the host with the most. I do not brag or boast. I'm coming to you live from coast to coast. It's your boy. I'm Chris the Don. One, please hit the subscription bell, the notification bell. Share this content with your friends, family, as well as your followers. It's your boy. How y'all living? I'm living hellified swell. Welcome. What is this, Tuesday? Yeah, it's definitely Tuesday. I hope everyone having a motivational and glory Tuesday today. I hope it's very productive. I hope y'all stay happy and motivated. So yeah, let's get into this subject. And I was, going through the interwebs, checking out different topics. Uh, let's just go on face facts. I was really chasing topics for content for my platform. And I thought this was a interesting platform. And I have some experience about this subject matter, both as the person that was utilizing this program, as well as when I used to work in retail dealing with this program. And what program I'm alluding to? It's the EBT program. There's some people out there that call it WHIPS. A lot of people out there call it EBT. Folks back in the day called them food stamps, and even back in the 60s and 70s, they used to print monopoly style paper to represent real money, but it was food stamps. You can buy anything that was food related with these stamps, and they normally come like in like 3 or 4 different types of packs, depending on the individual and what they qualify for. They have $1 ones, $5 ones, $10 ones, $20 ones. Now I've heard they had $100 ones. Both as a person that used to be qualified for them back in the day, and working at a lot of retail stores, I have never seen $100 food stamp. But I digress. But a lot of people allude to, yeah, they used to have $100 food stamp dollars. Okay, so I don't know if that's true or not. But this interesting article, and I forgot the person's name. He made this article a couple of days ago, and I got the article in the description, as well as how you can get at me if you want to check out my other content on my other platform, or if you want to tweet at me or DM me, you can hit me that way as well. But a lot of things, and some of this stuff is relatable to me because of my experience as far as working behind the register versus being a customer utilizing this. And like I said, I utilized it briefly when I was a lot younger. I was a lot younger, had a lot of hair on my head, and just still trying to find my way in life, in this fishbowl world that we call life, and just struggling, trying to see what works, what doesn't work, and things of that nature. So it was a brief moment in my time. I had to rely on this service as well as other services. And there's no shame in it. You always utilize these services as a stepping stone to advance yourself into other opportunities. And that's exactly what I did. And there's a whole lot of misconceptions with EBT and food stamp. A lot of people feel like the majority of people who utilize food stamps or WHIPs or WIC or whatever government assistance program is out there. A lot of people say that the majority of people that are utilizing these programs are African American or foreign. They're not from here. But the sad thing about it is all types of people utilize these programs, utilize these services, and all different types of nationalities. Doesn't matter your ethnic background, really doesn't matter your religious background. whatever. Some people fall on hard times, and other people are just like me, trying to, they're young, they're struggling, trying to figure it out, trying to see what will work for them. So they use these programs and these traits as just stepping stones to pursue other avenues, particularly in being very successful in life. And the majority of people that utilize these programs are not African American. 100, all these government assistance programs are not founded for just only African Americans or for any other nationality, or if you're not from this country. It's not like that. And I understood that when I say WHIPS. WHIPS is the government program that you use to pay your rent online. What I meant to say was, and I had the WIC. So SNAP, WIC, WHIPS, all of these special assistance programs, other than WHIPS, it's either abbreviated or it has a short name. I don't know if that's something that the government feels that is more easily recognizable or whatever. Instead of saying the full word, you sitting in line, sitting in a long line, and you're saying the whole word to whip, or snaps, or whatever. It'd just be easier to just say the abbreviated word versus trying to pronunciate the whole thing. But I digress. But the majority of a lot of people feel like African Americans and different minorities use it, and they feel like Caucasian and white America does not use it, and that's further from the truth. And I learned that when I used to work in retail, I noticed a lot of other nationalities utilize food stamps or snaps or whatever you want to abbreviate these things. And I learned that during my time working in retail. And I feel like, and I always say this, and I don't know if I've said this in a live stream, but I anyone that knows me, I say this. If I was president of the United States of America, I would put in law where if you're coming out of high school and you haven't made a fulfilled decision on what you're going to be doing moving forward with your life, and you're just trying to figure it out, just like myself, I feel like people should have one or two options. If you're stuck in neutral and you're not planning on going to college, I feel like there should be two things available for any American citizen. Either you go to the military for whatever the year is, wherever you're assigned to. I would say no more than 2 years. 2 to 3 years in the military would do a world of good for a lot of people out there. I mean, a lot of people might perceive that as a death sentence. A lot of people may perceive that as prison, whatever. But if you're stuck in neutral and you don't know what you're going to be doing after high school, why not the military? Or go to retail. I think you should work a full year in retail. I don't think you should work 2 years in retail. I think you should work a full year in retail. And here's why I would make this official and make it law. I feel like a lot of people, when they graduate high school, they're pushed through the system so fast, and there's no child left behind. And I feel like I feel like when you're pushing people through the educational system just to push them through, so you can work on the next set of people that you're going to push through. I feel like when you're doing that, you're doing a disservice and injustice for those individuals. Because I feel like when people graduate high school, they don't have a clear understanding of economics. They don't have a clear understanding on being sociable to other people, respecting authority, respecting your elders. I feel like there's a lack of either misinformation or no information at all on those avenues I just listed. And sometimes that can hamper someone's career. or just someone trying to make the right decisions, but in reality, they're just, they're taking one step forward and 6 steps back. They just simply don't know. And they don't know they're doing wrong. And in some cases, some people don't mind that they are doing wrong because they feel like wrong is good and good is being a square. But if you're going to be a productive citizen, if you're not going to be enlisting yourself in a gang, if you're not going to be fulfilling a life of crime, or selling drugs, or any of those things like that, then I suggest people that are stuck in neutral and they don't know if they want to be the next drug kingpin or start a life of crime, or just being a wanderer, just spending 3 or 4 years of your life just walking the streets, or just you just don't have a clear understanding of what you're going to be doing down the road after you graduate from high school. And we shouldn't call it graduate from high school, because when you graduate something, you achieve something. And I feel like in this climate in education, you're not graduating a lot of people. You're just simply just pushing them through the system so you can push even more people through the system. But that's neither here nor there. I feel like if you don't have a clear understanding of what you're going to be doing after high school, then I feel like if I was president, I would put in law, well, you either spend 2 to 3 years in the military or you spend a year in retail. And I feel like you can learn a lot of interesting life traits, life hacks, just life in general, being an adult, being introduced into society as a young adult. And I feel like when you're 20 to 24, we should list you as a young adult. But then after that, you're just an adult, okay? And I feel like it will graduate and help you more make the right decisions with your life, because teen pregnancy is on an all-time high. A lot of people are becoming parents in high school. A lot of people becoming parents, after high school, because they didn't make the right decision, or they had the wrong information, or they listened to a bunch of misinformation. Okay, either one of those 3 things. So I feel like if you're in military and if you're in retail, you got a lot of busy time. You just don't have a lot of time to just be sitting around and just chilling, just collecting a check. Okay, because you got other responsible adults and responsible older adults. And I'm not saying all adults are responsible. I'm not saying all older adults are responsible. Okay, but you have other people with different backgrounds, different agendas, different genders, different life stories that can mold you into a better person, or at least point you into the right direction. I feel like a lot of people say, well, that's the responsibility of the parent, and the parent can only do so much. The teachers can only do so much, okay? Because the heaviest influencers, when they're teens, young teens, are their friends. And if their friends are doing bad, chances are they're going to be addicted to their friends making the wrong decisions, and they're going to make those wrong decisions because they're overpopularized, they're oversaturated. All right. So, yeah, I feel like you should be a law where if you haven't figured your life out yet when you graduate high school, or you didn't get the opportunity to figure your life out yet, let's just throw that caveat in there. You should at least do a year military. I mean, a year in retail and a year or 2 years in the military, and both of those industries can help you. Both of those industries can help you make better life decisions, um, understanding other people, figuring out problems. Um, Use your IQ to handle situations instead of using your voice, yelling and screaming at people, or getting into a fight, and you running the risk of going to jail or going to prison if you take either of those two phases is minimal. Okay, it's not, you can't sit up there and say if you go to the military or if you're in retail that eliminates you as far as the possibility of you going to jail. Okay, I just spent a whole long time and we didn't even get into what this live stream was about. Okay, so basically the essence of this live stream is, like I said, I've been on both sides of the fence. I've been the guy that was trying to figure himself out and was utilizing these programs in my younger days, and I also been the guy on the other side of the fence, working in retail, even understanding further about these programs. And like I said, the guy in the articles listed a lot of things that that you can buy with EBT. Some of this stuff I knew, a lot of this stuff I did not know. Okay. And the first thing is energy drinks. And before we get into it, a lot of stuff I'm about to mention, it doesn't necessarily mean it's happening in your state. It's happening in a state. It might not be happening in your state. So take that gem, that jewel of information, and just think about it before you comment and say, oh, you can't do that, this, that, and the third. Okay. Like I say, read the article in the description. Okay. If you don't believe me. All right. So the first thing on the list is energy drinks. I did not know energy drink. You can use your EBT or your snaps for energy drinks. And there's a select few of energy drinks you can buy. The 5-hour energy drinks, you can utilize those special assistant programs for that. Okay. But there's other energy drinks that you can buy and you can utilize your EBT. Once again, not all of the states in the United States of America is going to allow you to do that. But there are some states that will allow you to do that. Okay. The next thing on the list is coffee and tea. First of all, I want to say this. I thought coffee and tea, you can utilize your snaps or your whip snaps and snaps and EBT. I thought you can get coffee and tea, because in the state I'm in, you can get coffee and tea with your EBT or your snaps. Now, I will say this. There may be some parameters in place where you can't get hot coffee, fresh coffee, or hot tea, fresh tea, something that you have to make. Now, you may run into a sticking point utilizing those programs to buy those things, but it is what it is. Okay. So the next thing, and once again, let me throw out this statement. The stuff I'm about to list, not every state will allow you to utilize your snaps or your whips, your snaps or your EBT to buy these things. Hunting and fishing gear. I did not know you can utilize your EBT or your snaps for hunting and fishing gear. And when I was reading it, and it's in the description, you can read it for yourself. I started thinking about, I started thinking about the possibilities. Like, you can probably get, you definitely can get fishing food like worms or bait and stuff like that for your EBT or your snaps. I'm pretty sure you'll be able to get it because that's considered fresh food. I don't know if you can get fishing hooks or fishing wires or the whole fishing rod, the whole set. You can just walk in your friendly neighborhood Walmart or Target Supercenter and go, I want that whole fishing set, and I'm going to use my EBT or SNAP card. I don't think you can do that, but there are certain things in there like fresh food that you use for like bait. You could probably utilize those two programs to get that stuff. Okay. The next thing, and in my city, in my state, you cannot do this. But in other states, like I said, is read the article for yourself or just Google it. All right. Restaurant meals. Now, they did say in the paragraph of restaurant meal, you can't go to no 5-star restaurant, order a porterhouse steak, or some amazing steak, $100, $200, $300 steak. I don't think you can do that and utilize your EBT or your whips. But hey, whatever. But there are, I feel like this is only applied to like Subway. Subway, you could like fresh food, like salads and sub sandwiches that are fresh. Now be careful. Once you want your bread toasted or you want your food toasted, then they consider that cooked. And I do know you can get fresh, cold food that's not cooked, but you can't get fresh, cooked food with either of those two programs. Now, like I said, it goes state to state, okay? But the general rule of thumb is anything that's cooked, even in grocery stores, you can get. Like, I remember when I was a cashier, and I walked up and I was in the line, and this lady wanted to buy no, I was a cashier, sorry about that. And the lady walked up and she said, hey, I need you. She wanted to buy a cooked chicken, a whole cooked chicken, and she wanted to use her EBT. And I politely told the lady, it's not going to take it off of your order. You have to use another form of payment. I let her know before she actually allowed me to scan it. She said, no, I done this at such and such. I did this at whatever place. And then I gave her some more information. I said, well, probably because you probably picked up a whole chicken that was not cooked. It was cold. And she said, no, that's not true. You can get cooked whole chickens utilizing your EBT. So I said, okay. I went on, I scanned it, gave her total. She put her EBT in there and it didn't take it off. And then she made the comment of something's wrong with my my card reader, something's wrong with the register. I know there's money on there, and I'm just basically telling her that it's not going to take it off because this is not considered whole hot chickens are not considered something that you can buy with your EBT. And after 5 or 10 minutes, she finally come to the realization that this was not going to happen today. And then she made the comment that it was my fault. And I just politely accepted the responsibility. It was not my fault. Okay. I know that. And other people that were in line knew that. But I just felt like she felt the pressure in the room that, a lot of people were going like, yo, you got me sitting here and you tell me you don't got no other form of payment. And a lot of people conclude to that thought process. And when I checked her out, 4 of the customers said this, okay? And it's none of my business what a customer has or don't has. That's none of my business. That's none of my concern. But what my concern in my business is to let the customer know and walk them through what's acceptable and what's not acceptable. Okay. So yeah, that has happened. But yeah, I think Subway will allow you to do that. Papa John's has fresh pizzas that are not cooked. Pizza. Let me say pizza. Can I say pizza correct? They have fresh pizza that is not cooked. Okay. And you can get as many pieces as you want, but they do have an oven. But once they cook it, then it's not considered EBT friendly. All right. So as long as you go in there, get your cold pizza, ring the EBT up, ring it up with your using your EBT, you're home free. Now, even though this is a store policy, they probably be against it. Now, and this includes Subway as well as man, what's that piece of dry? Just Papa John, not Papa John. It's not Papa John. It's Papa Murphy. It's called Papa Murphy. You can buy the food cold and let them pay for it. And if the cashier or the cooker is cool about it, they can once you pay for it, they can warm it up a little bit. Okay, but they're not gonna fully warm it up. They're not gonna spend their time. And it depends on the situation. If it's slow, they probably might cook it all the way through, or maybe put it in the microwave for 1 or 2 minutes, whatever, to get some type of warmthness in it. All right. But if it's busy, they're not going to do it. Okay, unless they really, really know you. Okay, if you cool like that to them, they'll probably do it. Okay, so the next thing is, and I did not know this, seeds and plants. Now, in my city, in my state, you can't use your EBT card to buy plants, but I think you can use it to buy seeds. And the reason why I don't truly know if you can buy seeds or not in my city using EBT is because, really a customer never walked up to me with a whole plant or a bag full of seeds and use their EBT. I have never had that type of encounter, so I really don't know if you can use it or not use it. Okay. But there are some states out there that would allow you to use your EBT for seeds and plants. I thought that was something that had to be mentioned and let you guys know. Okay. Now, the next thing on this list I'm about to explain to you, I have ran across this, and that's gift baskets. Okay. Gift baskets, you can utilize your EBT to pay for them, but it depends on the content that is in the gift basket. For example, if it's all fruit, then you can use your EBT. Now, there are some stores that will separate the two. They'll separate it to the point where your EBT would pay for the food, but the basket itself, depending on how big the basket is, you're going to have to pay the basket on a separate card, like a debit or credit, cash, check, whatever. Okay. And then there's other stores that just perceive that basket as a loss and allow you to pay for the content that's inside of it, which is the fresh food. And it has to be all fresh food. Okay. It can be canned juices. That's cool. That's acceptable. Okay. But if it's like shoes in it, if it's like, and I know this is gonna sound weird to a lot of you people out there. If there's shoes inside of it, if it's magazines or hats or t-shirts or whatever, or some food in there that EBT is not going to allow you to utilize anyway, then that's going to be a separate bill payment, and you're going to have a second form of payment to pay those things. And I say about 99.9% of the customers as well as the cashiers get it. All right. So you don't really run into no issues or no problems fulfilling that transaction, and because the customer knows what's allowed and what's not allowed, and the cashier knows what's allowed and what's not allowed. And to be perfectly honest with you, even when I was telling y'all guys about the energy drinks, cancel that. The coffee and tea, and the other stories I talked about earlier in this live stream, a large percentage of customers understand. Okay, it's just that small few that either try to make it a big issue because they already know the dealio when they got in line that this is not going to happen. So they feel like if they put up a fuss, if they complain about it, the cashier or the manager or whoever is just going to just say, okay, just put it on our dime. Okay, just to get them out of the way. Okay, and then there's like a smaller percentage of people that really don't, they didn't know. They didn't know. They know now. Okay, so yeah. And the last thing is live lobsters. Got a funny story about that. So, I was at the customer service desk. A cashier called me to her register, and she had a hard time putting. She was wondering why this lobster she couldn't use her EBT for this lobster. And I politely, no, it was shrimp. It was shrimp. And this was around time when Trump was president. And because I remember before Trump, maybe a little bit, I remember, this not being a huge issue. And I'm not saying Trump had anything to do with it. I'm just saying it was around that time frame. I'm just trying to paint the narrative and paint the picture for you guys. Okay. So, I walked up to her and I looked at the amount, and I looked at what it paid, what it didn't pay, and then I also looked at, well, maybe she didn't have enough money on her EBT card, and then it just dawned on me why there's still a balance there, and it was the shrimp, and it wasn't that shrimp that you get in the freezer section, or it's in those refrigerators and things of that nature. It's not that, okay. It's the fact that it was the shrimp that you have to call the butcher to get. It was the jumbo shrimps, the fresh shrimp, okay. And then I just told her, I said, well, ma'am, it's not going to allow you to do this because shrimp is no longer acceptable for EBT, and I think it's including fresh shrimp, just like fresh lobster, just like now if you get something out of the freezer, that's one thing, but you wanted fresh shrimp, these fresh jumbo shrimp, and it just doesn't apply. Now I don't know how it is now, and I don't know how it is in other states. I'm just telling you, okay, at that particular time, that was going down, okay, because we was having a huge epidemic problem with it because a lot of people started floating to our store. So the lady looked at me, and she wasn't arguing or anything like that. She just said, well, I went to your competitor store and I got that shrimp there with my EBT. And I say, so you got this fresh shrimp from our competitor. All right. And she said, yeah. Well, then I just said, well, look, if you can get the fresh shrimp there, why, you better off going down there, because clearly they're violating the laws, and they can't sell you that. Okay. But hey, if you got a good thing going on in that competitor store, if I was you, I would just get out of this line and just head down to the competitor store. Okay. And I just think that was an error at the competitor store. I'm pretty sure if she went back there, she didn't get the same result. Okay. They probably did some configuring and probably put a different tag for that shrimp, and that's why that shrimp went through. Okay. But yeah, I just thought, man, I'm going like, well, yo. And another thing about customers is, if you got away with something at store A, then why would you think going to store B you're going to get away with the same thing, particularly if it's something that as well as the store shouldn't be going on, shouldn't be happening. Okay. So yeah, that's all I got for this live stream. I thought it was a very interesting article, and I confess, these are my confessions. This was something that I was researching and just researching some material for my channel. I don't know if this is going to get hellified views, but I just thought it was curious. And I considered this live stream an educational live stream, to let people that are consumers know what's going on. And like I said, these things I just mentioned, it's not in every state. It's not a guaranteed slam dunk that's affecting or if it's going on in your state. Okay. So yeah, that's all I got. Let me see. I got no comments. That's cool. I'll stay on a little bit longer if somebody wants to come in and comment. I do have it on subscriber only. And I do have, I think I got it for like 10 seconds. And then once you subscribe, you have to wait like 10 or 20 seconds to comment. Okay. Because, hey, look, man, I'm going to be real with y'all, man. Everybody's time is important, dog. You know, everybody ain't got time to, you know, just let someone come in that's truly not supporting, that just specifically came in to troll. And I like, now I'm not a huge fan of YouTube's policies and procedures, but I do like the tools that they have given and govern YouTube content creators on cleaning up their platform. Because, you know, like back in the day, we didn't have all these tools, and it was like the wild, wild west. And like if someone commented something and they had a nasty comment, or they talked about the content creator or talked about someone else's comment, they got type explicit language in their content, that sort of hurts your platform, because it doesn't generate the customer base that you are trying to entertain. Okay, so now you're all these, you know, and you know, it's just weird. And I like what YouTube is doing now than what they were doing 5 years from now. All right. And they're making the competitive balance finally somewhat balanced for small stream, smaller channels versus larger channels. So smaller channels can get out here and eat just like the big channels. Okay. So yeah, so it is what it is. I was gonna do a video on this, but hey man, let's just shoot the ish. Okay. Let's shoot the ish. Quantum TV. And his name has been surfacing, and particularly in the YouTube algorithm. There's a lot of content providers, both small and big, are making content surrounding Quantum TV. I have never watched a Quantum TV live stream or Quantum TV video. I'm not a subscriber of Quantum TV, so I'm not an advocate and I'm not a supporter. Or I'm just not that guy that's going to make 20,000 videos on Quantum TV on how he's wrong. Okay. But I will talk about him briefly on this live stream. And Rich from Review Tech USA made some content about him. A lot of people have made a lot of content about him. I'm pretty sure there's other popular YouTube content creators that have made content about the recent activities of Quantum TV. So apparently Quantum TV is striking a lot of videos and channels for fair use, and in his belief, he feels like they're stealing his content, and there is a fair use in place. Now, I can't say the majority, and since the majority rule, I can't say the majority of these people that's making content about Quantum TV is just basically copying and pasting his videos and putting it on their platform and just play it through. I don't know what they're doing on the other side of the fence, but he has strike a lot of channels, and a lot of channels are making the accusation that Quantum TV don't understand what fair use is. And I know one thing: if you're taking his content, you're just literally taking his content. You're not. You're just playing it through. You're not even adding any additional comments or content of your own. I mean, if you're just taking this content and just putting it on your platform, and just let it play out, and you're not even commenting on it, you're not even critiquing it, you're not even doing nothing from start to finish, if you're just doing it that way, then yes, I feel like he has a point there. However, a lot of these people that have talked about quantum TV, I watched a few of their videos, and from what I see, I don't see that issue. I don't see that problem. So if you're striking these channels and these videos that I watch, you can't apply the fair, you can't apply that they're, just taking your content and putting it on their channel. All right. But that's neither here nor there. And they had a long discussion of what fair use is. And quantum TV, let's just make it clear. I have seen a lot of people do this, make these accusations. I don't want to say false accusations. We'll just say accusations. I've seen Fresh and Fit at a moment of time doing this. I have seen a lot of people strike a lot of channels, and they say that they're stealing their content, and they're stealing their content, and they're not even commenting in front of it. They're not stopping Paul. They're just not doing anything to it. They're just basically copying and pasting my content and putting it on their platform. Therefore, I'm going to strike this. Okay. And I have seen some cases where that excuse is favorable to the content provider. I've seen a few cases, but the majority of a lot of these discussions, a lot of these live streams, a lot of these videos, when they're exposed, when they're exposing someone, then and you start looking at the evidence, you're going like, oh, wait a minute. They didn't even do that. So why did you strike them in the first place? They took proper procedures. And I remember back in the day, YouTube used to be a place where content providers used to debate one another. Back in the day, somebody would have a video talking about this, that, and the third. And if somebody disagreed with that content provider, they would, connect their video to the video that they're critiquing on. And that was like a good, healthy back and forth debate. And I think over the course of time, I feel like people from both sides of the fence abuse that ability. And YouTube had to step in and say, okay, we got to take that ability out. I feel like, they should include that in, particularly in what community you're in. If you have an issue with a company or a corporation and you're spewing your own logic and it's not factual, you didn't properly check to see if you didn't properly check or do any research, or you just spewing stuff, I feel like you should have the capabilities of YouTube adopting that policy where you can create a video on the video that you are debating about, as long as you're not a lot of people take it a little bit too far. We got a lot of extremists on YouTube. It's one thing that they're wrong, but it's another thing entirely when you include their families, when you talk about them personally, when you use demonic labels and words referencing that person. And then sometimes you embellish a little bit here and there just to make your content entertaining and plausible. I feel like if you do a good, clean video and you got on list the things that this video said wrong from A to Z, and you're doing a discussion, a debate, and if you have points, then I don't understand why YouTube doesn't allow that feature. But people still debate other content creators. Even though the other content creator push these narrative storylines of you're trying to chase clout, you're a crumb snatcher, you're trying to steal views from their platform. People make that argument and make that excuse, but they never address nor attack the subject form that's in the video. They're always attacking the messenger, but not the message. I feel like a lot of people do that. It doesn't matter if they're your favorite or if they're not your favorite. That shouldn't be the issue nor the excuse or a plausible, reasonable explanation. I feel like, look, if someone says something wrong and if you can prove what they're saying is wrong and it's a good, healthy discussion type debate, then I don't understand why you can't get your points off and still be comedic, still be entertaining, and less belittling the messenger, or talking about their family or whatever. People, I think there's extremists on both sides. Of both sides of the equation. Okay, there's enough blame for both sides. Trust me. Okay, so yeah, you got that, and quantum TV theory, and a lot of people are, what, and the basic, and even though people go into why they have a problem with quantum TV, I just don't, they talk about what he said wrong or his beliefs or how he's demonic or how he, insults the viewing audience, if you want to use that argument, you want to push that narrative, or if, they say how he attacked other YouTube content providers. Okay. But at the end of the day, I look at that as wasted energy. I looked at it as wasted energy, and where is this truly going? I believe in life you have to, when you exercise your beliefs, you have to ask yourself before you entertain your beliefs onto another individual. You have to ask yourself, okay, where is this going? Okay. Because a tiger never changes his stripes. A leopard never changes his spots. Okay, so am I doing this to change someone's thought and someone's opinion if they have been proven without a shadow of a doubt that they're an extremist? I think quantum TV is a hardcore extremist. And two, what's the end game? What's the end game? And I'll be honest with you guys, there's a lot of content providers on YouTube that I disagree with a passion. I feel like they're totally left field. And I also feel like, what's the point? Because at the end of the day, you're not going to change that person's thought process. You're not going to change that person's beliefs. You're not going to change that person's mindset. So what's the end game? You're not going to change their audience base. Their audience base is still going to listen to them. You're not going to shrink his audience base, his viewership. You're not going to do none of that. So what's the point? I feel like the best case action, and I apply this to all content providers, and I even apply this to myself. I say, look, dude, if you have a disagreement with somebody, just echo your sentiments and echo your agreement in the comment section. If you want to make videos about it, as long as you're not using his or her content from start to finish, as long as you're not truly stealing their content, and you're using it as reference to promote your content, to your beliefs, then cool. But then after that, just stop watching them. Block their channel, block that individual's content. Life goes on. Because at the end of the day, what in theory you're doing, it sounds like a good, solid play. You're saying to yourself, well, if I keep making life difficult for whoever I dislike or whoever saying falsified comments, whatever. Okay. If I continue to do that, then as long as I get my point across, I'm good. I can move on. And if people want to believe me and they want to move on too, cool. But if people will still want to stand there and sit there and listen to him, that's good as well. Because in theory, it sounds good when you think it out or you speak it to yourself out. But in actuality, what you're doing is giving that individual free press, even more viewers or viewers that's coming from your platform to their platform, and the possibility of those viewers to change, to stay there. You're not hurting them effectively where they're going to close down their channel. Because as long as they got a channel, they're going to keep pumping out content. As long as they got some type of audience, they're still going to pump out their content. They're not going to change overnight and graduate to your thoughts and to your opinions. So in theory, it sounds perfect. It sounds logical. But when you start acting out on your behavior, all you're really doing is wasting money, resources, and time going back and forth with this person because nothing is going to change. Now, yeah, you're promoting his channel, but you're promoting your channel as well. But if you're a startup channel, okay, there's going to be a point to this conclusion where if people are subscribed to you, they're going to go, okay, this is gone far enough. Do you have anything else? And it's going to reflect on your channel that the only time you get big time views is when you are going back and forth with whoever. But when you start making your own original content or when you talk about other things outside of your beef, the views are not good enough. They're not high enough. Nobody's watching for that. So now you got a bunch of subscribers on your channel that probably had issues with that person, him or her. The only time they click your video is when they see him or her name on the video, or in the description you're talking about him or her, or if you take a video or a picture of him or her, that's the only time you are popping. But when you start talking about other things, you're not popping. And I have seen this. I see this all the time. All the time. So is it even worth going down that rabbit hole? 9 out of 10, no. It's not. It's nowhere near close to going down that rabbit hole. So in sports news, Fox Sports is going to integrate to a 3-man booth because of a lot of things that have happened for the past couple of months, really the past year or two with Fox Sports. And if you've been following them, you should know that everyone was when Fox Sports was hot, everybody loved them. But when Fox is not, then everybody stops talking about them. Everybody was giving Fox Sports their props when they were taking talent from ESPN. Well, they wasn't literally taking talent. In some cases, ESPN did not renew a lot of those sports influencers or sports personalities back to ESPN. Now, I do say, out of all the people that ESPN has lost over the test of time, was Skip Bayless, and they was desperately like Susan trying to get Skip Bayless to come back to ESPN. They was even gonna when he was a free agent for a brief hot second, they were willing to allow Skip Bayless to still do Undisputed on Fox Sports 1 just as long as Skip Bayless can be with ESPN Plus, and they was going to pair him alongside with Stephen A. Smith. They also want to have him make appearances, like if they have a Super Bowl, the NBA Finals, boxing events, UFC events. They was going to plaster Skip Bayless' face all over the place. Now, and they was going to pay him some money. I felt like if they really wanted that to happen, and I said this in a lot of videos even on my other channel, Skip Bayless could have easily went back to ESPN and been, he wouldn't have to go to Bristol, Connecticut, but he will be in New York. Skip Bayless have made a lot of comments about he missed New York, but he only really said that when he was at ESPN. I don't think he never once said that on Undisputed. But ESPN should have looked at it at the standpoint of, in order to get Skip Bayless back, and I'll talk briefly about this before we get into the Fox stuff. The only truly way they was going to get Skip Bayless back to ESPN is they had to make him an offer he could not refuse. They would literally have to overpay him and allow him to have the freedom and control to do whatever he wanted. And even go as far as creating an ESPN Los Angeles studio for him to do his Undisputed. And ultimately, Undisputed had to be in the deal as well. And if Skip Bayless is still cool with Shannon Sharpe, which, I've said in numerous videos and live streams on my sports channel, there's still no word on Shannon Sharpe signing back to Fox Sports 1 or going to be the permanent host of Undisputed. The cards are still up in the air for that. But ESPN would, if they wanted Skip Bayless back that bad, those are the concessions that they had to make, because just even offering him a contract, what you're telling sports entertainment in the sports world is you made a huge mistake on letting go of Skip Bayless, and you're going to have to make that right, and there shouldn't be no limitation on making that right. Okay. But back to Fox, ESPN took the same game plan that Fox took from ESPN. What Fox did to ESPN. ESPN went to Fox, Fox Sports, and they got Joe Buck from Fox Sports. They got Troy Aikman from Fox Sports. They're going to be your new Monday night crew. And I forgot the young lady that was the sideline reporter for Fox Sports. They even secured a bag on her as well, I believe. Okay. They might be in discussions. But I forgot. Anyway, so you got those three icons that were the staple of Fox Sports Sunday package. And now those three individuals are going to revive Monday Night Football. And I explained in my live stream video, as well as a video on my YouTube channel, my sports YouTube channel, Just My Opinion Podcast. Go check it out, okay? I explained to you guys that Troy Aikman is a traditionalist, okay? Troy Aikman is embedded in the fabric of football. He, you know, and when Troy Aikman was a quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys, America's team, he had a lot of crazy games on Monday Night Football, or he was bared witness to a lot of crazy games on Monday Night Football. And he have seen Monday Night Football when it was at its all-time high. And Troy Aikman saying, you know what? Me, Joe Buck, and I forgot the other lady, I think Erin Andrews, we can get Monday Night Football back on the glory days. I feel like a lot of things have killed Monday Night Football. First, their selection of host of Monday Night Football is below average. I think another thing that killed Monday Night Football was making it exclusively for satellite and cable audience. I think that killed Monday Night Football a little bit. And they're correcting their errors by signing Joe Buck and Troy Aikman and Erin Andrews as the new host of Monday Night Football. Of course, it's going to be Troy Aikman in the title, and Erin Andrews and Joe Buck understands that. They know where their bread is buttered. And I think, and the second thing they did was they put Monday Night Football back on ABC. So now the satellite viewership is going to watch Monday Night Football. The satellite package is going to watch Monday Night Football. The ABC app is going to be watching Monday Night Football. Monday Night Football is going to be on social media. It was always on social media, on YouTube channels and things of that nature. And now it's going to be on the package of people who doesn't have those other options. They just got regular television. And you're going to see those ratings go up, all the way up, going all the way up. ESPN figured out something. You know, everybody be long stroking the NFL saying, oh, well, you know, the NFL, just saying the NFL, you're going to get instant ratings. Well, over the course of time, the NFL has been fighting for their ratings, even before COVID. You know, the NFL had an image problem with Black Lives Matter. That hurt their image a little bit. Donald Trump, that talking about the NFL, that hurt the NFL image a little bit. You had the woke movement, the Jamel Hills, the Carrie Champions, the Michelle Steeles. I think her name was Michelle Steele. You had this whole woke Jason Whitlock, this woke movement that hurt the NFL image a little bit. The domestic violence, police brutality, that sort of hurt the NFL image a little bit. And then COVID, they had to fight through COVID. That hurt their image a little bit. So Roger Goodell in the NFL saying, hey man, we can't even catch a break. And this opportunity of Joe Buck, Troy Aikman, and Erin Andrews going to Monday Night Football is really going to give them the break that they need, particularly for Monday Night Football. I feel like Sunday Night Football is always going to be popping. Sunday football is always going to be popping. But now Monday Night Football is going to be popping. And Thursday Night Football is going to be the Monday Night Football of old. I think Thursday Night Football is hard to get a lot of people to, or get a huge audience for Thursday Night Football, because it's in the middle of the week. People are working. 9 times out of 10 people do not have that day off. The viewership is going to be down a little bit And they have experimented with Friday night football, Sunday night football, but I think Thursday is the best opportunity for the NFL Network to still have Thursday night football. And then they can sell that package to somebody that's interested in Monday night football. But I feel like Thursday night football is going to suffer a little bit when you compare it to the other packages that the NFL has, and to these other new leagues. There are other ways to skin a cat. These other new leagues are not as expensive to put the product out on the field. So, I'm not saying that that NFL Thursday night football is going to die anytime soon. I'm just saying it's not going to be popular, or it ain't going to be popular. That's not going to be the place where your face need to be in the place. I really feel like, Monday night football and Sunday football in general for the NFL is going to go through the roof. It's going to be popping like popcorn. Okay. So, that's all I got for that. That's all I got for that. I done addressed a lot of topics, and you know what? I'm not even all the topics that I was planning on doing videos for. I did it on this live stream. I did it on one live stream. I really do appreciate everybody that came in here. I was hoping for somebody to comment in the comment section. But like I said, I got it set up to where you have to be a subscriber to comment. And you have to wait. I think it's like 30 seconds, 40 seconds, something like that, to make a comment. So, I mean, look, if you don't have enough time to subscribe, that should take less than 2 to 3 seconds. And if you ain't got enough time to at least wait 60 seconds for a comment, then why in the hell are you here in the first place? Obviously, you're not here because of the interesting thought and opinion coming from Wall. Okay, you're not interested in none of the titles. Okay, you're not interested if anyone that do comment. Okay, so basically you're just here to antagonize. Okay, and all of that should take less than a minute. Even if you want to be a troll about it, it should take less than a minute. If you can't wait a minute to get your troll on or to promote your adult content website, I've seen that 1,000 times. All right. I try to do my due diligence to block some of that stuff, but some of that stuff is just impossible to block. Okay. If you don't have enough time to do that, I don't know what's going on with you. But hey, whoa. Blac Chyna was in court yesterday. And, like one of my coworkers said, when I asked him, man, yo, what's up? How you doing? He'll say, same-ish, man. Well, you might as well say that about Blac Chyna when she was, I think this is like day 3 or day 4. I stopped at day 2. I did a live stream and recap day 1 and day 2 for you guys, okay? Basically, Black, all I can tell you is the trial is still available. And I would talk about news and notes about the trial, but my biggest thing about this trial is how everybody, when they leave from court, everybody hops in their foreign vehicle or their limo, their Maybachs. Okay, everybody hops into their Rolls Royce. Okay, their German vehicles, and Blac Chyna still to this day hopping in a 4-door. Dude, I forgot that car name. A 4-door, the same 4-door car I talked about. Shoot, if nobody doesn't even have this car. Anyway, it's an electrical car, and Musk makes it. Elon Musk. Darn, what is that car? I can't even think of that car's name. Anyway, she's still hopping in that 4-door car. But now in day 3 or day 4, I lost track after day 2. But this time when she hopped into that vehicle, the other 3 times, there would be somebody in the passenger seat that would jump out of the vehicle and open the door for Blac Chyna. Then Blac Chyna will hop into the vehicle, and he'll the person that's responsible, I guess the door opener, you want to call that a job, the door opener. When he hops out, he may say a few things or may make a funny face and then jump right back into the vehicle. But hey, man, he's trying to get his time. Everybody trying to chase that clout. He's saying to himself, okay, if Blac Chyna can get something off this, and if the Kardashians can get something off this, hell, why come I can't get nothing off this? Okay. So anyway, he gets his, I wouldn't even say he gets his 5 seconds of fame. I say he gets his negative 30 seconds of fame and then jump into the vehicle. And then they just drive off. Well, yesterday, Blac Chyna did something a little bit different. And I know a lot of people are going to say, what? She jumped in a different vehicle? No. Same vehicle, same-ish man, same vehicle. But I think they parked it in the back of the courthouse. And the reason why I say they parked it back, they either parked it in the back of the courthouse or they parked it alongside the courthouse, away from the main cameras and away from watching a Maybach pull up and everybody's hopping in the Maybach, or the Rolls Royce pulling up and everybody hops into the Rolls Royce or whatever foreign BMW luxury vehicle they have, and they hop into that. And she's thinking, I'm not going to hop into this basic ride after everybody else is hopping in their foreign cars, their foreign limos, their foreign vehicles. So she parked in a different spot. And from the picture angle, I thought she hopped outside the back of the courthouse where the dumpsters were, where they deliver documents, where they deliver boxes from office supplies, and from Home Depot or from Office Max or Kinko's. She's parking back there. And it's like 2 or 3 cameras there. So I guess, 1 or 2 things could be the truth, or they could be the absolute truths on both these fronts. Either these are photographers or people that's in media that Blac Chyna has a relationship with, and she probably informed them that where she's going to be parking at, okay? Or you got the stragglers, the regulars, you just got the ones that are trying to, make a living at this, and they must have caught when that black vehicle was heading that way, and they just made a conscious effort to run to that direction so they can get a couple of brief shots of Blac Chyna just jumping in this car that I can't think of the name of the car, because I had the name of the car on the tip of my tongue, and I also talked about that car, Tesla. She's hopping in a 4-door black tinted Tesla. A Tesla. Blac Chyna, the one who says that she's multi-millionaire on OnlyFans, selling OnlyFans feet. The one that's a Fashion Nova star. She says she got a multi-million-dollar deal with Fashion Nova. The one that's a musician, a rapper, singer, both, I don't know. The one who's a mogul in makeup and fashion line and hair products and weaves and things of that nature. This is the same one we're talking about, right? Which was on Twitter, her own Twitter account. She echoed the sentiments of, she's not getting support from Rob Kardashian. You know how you remember one thing, but then you forget the other thing? I forgot her first baby daddy. I can't think of his name. Anyway, he'll come to me. And that's just how obsolete these guys are. And she tried to shame them on social media. And they took to social media and said, hey, look, not only we giving her money, but we're watching the kids the majority of the time. That person, the one who has a show on the Zeus network that no one watches, no one cares about it. That person, okay? That's the one, all right? And talked about on Twitter how she lost the cars because she couldn't afford them. Because the reason why you can't afford these cars, the reason why you can't afford the lifestyle, the reason why you can't afford a lot of things is you don't reinvest in yourself. You just get quick money and you spend it. You I mean, I can understand you make quick money and then you pay your bills, you pay your responsibilities. You don't even take it to that point of view. You just, you make quick money. The faster you make it, 10 times as fast as you spend it. But, this is not a financial live stream of Blac Chyna. But anyway, a lot of people the point I'm making is a lot of people tell you a lot of things on social media about them, on how hot they are and what type of lifestyle they live in and things of that nature. But it's one thing to imitate it. It's another thing to communicate it. But it's another thing entirely when it's reality, when it's the perspective, when it's a perspective versus it's just your perspective. And I don't hate Blac Chyna. I think there's a lot of things that Blac Chyna I can get with. I can co-sign to. But I just don't think Blac Chyna is in the realization of the real world. She is not that it girl no more. A lot of you women that show your body parts and have these beautiful bodies, either naturally through the gym or you got it from your mama, or you go to a surgeon and they get you you get a BBL, or you get breasts, that are manufactured from the plant. Now, I don't care how you do it, okay? But a lot of you girls don't realize that's a shelf life to that. Okay, you're only hot until the next big booty girl. All right, when the next big booty girl comes and introduces herself to the stage of social media, no one's interested in you. Nobody's talking about you. And it's affecting a lot of women that were combination from the media of old, club appearances, stripper, video vixen, just the raw years of social media. A lot of women were like Blac Chyna back in that era when they was making cake, man. They was making mad money out there. Okay. But you got to realize, if you're promoting yourself as a product, that product has got a shelf life to it, and you're only going to get older. It doesn't matter how much plastic surgery you get. There's only a few older women out there that can pull it off in their 40s and 50s. Believe it or not, a lot of those women that can still pull it off, they have their own money. They're doing their own thing. They are stable financially, okay? They reinvest into themselves. They include other products in their long line of other products that they done endorse, as well as making money off of. They had tons of people on their staff that are PR representatives, that are fashion experts, that are financial experts, that tell them, hey, look, you should go this way with it. All right. There's a lot of older women like that. Okay. And Blac Chyna, she's not 40 or 50, but I know there's a lot of 40, 50-year-old influencers, actresses. They still making their paper because they have the proper people around them. Blac Chyna, those early stages of Blac Chyna, when she was making some mad money, she had the proper people around her. But then she utilized those people as pawns to promote a stupid show on a stupid platform, which is the Zeus Network, made a mockery of these people, and these people have left her. And ever since then, it's every single step Blac Chyna makes, she just pulls her brand backwards. Every time she makes a half a step of building her platform, she takes 10 more steps of destroying it. Blac Chyna needs somebody that's in her ear day and night, what works, what don't work. And she need to have someone in her ear that when she comes up with an idea, she should tell that person first. See if that's good or not. That's a good enough idea. But hey, Blac Chyna is Blac Chyna. All right. Three people in the building, please hit that like button. I really do respect that. I really do respect that. Okay. If anybody wants to super chat, you can do that as well. If anybody wants to join the channel, hit the join membership button. I'm gonna start working on the badges and stuff a little bit later this week, maybe next week, because of two things. One, my back is killing me. Okay, I had a huge back problem. Hold on one second. I had a huge back problem with my back. And I've been watching Better Call Saul, and now I'm watching Breaking Bad. And I have never will free speech. Oh shoot. Okay, Elon Musk is in the process of buying Twitter, but we all knew that. Okay. But back to my original thought process. I've been watching, I have never been a fan. I've heard about Breaking Bad. I have heard about Better Call Saul, and I even heard about the movie that's based on those two IPs. I forgot the name of that movie. And I watched Better Call Saul first, and I'm in the third season of Breaking Bad. And when I'm done with this live stream, I'm trying to at least get past the third season into at least the fourth season. And I know I got one more season once I get to the fourth season. That's how I look at things. And a lot of people told me in the beginning, you should have watched Breaking Bad first, because see, Breaking Bad tells you the story, and it plays out better in this universe when you go into Better Call Saul, and when you watch the movie, you'll get a better understanding. And low key, I'm kind of glad I went the way I went. I'm kind of glad I went and I watched Better Call Saul first, because Better Call Saul, in retrospect, is a better series than Breaking Bad. And it sort of tells the story a little bit more in the Breaking Bad universe, how the other characters, the others, became the iconic characters that y'all know and love from Breaking Bad. Because when I'm watching Breaking Bad, a lot of these characters that I thought was amazing characters in Better Call Saul was written either was written poorly done, or they just didn't explain it good. Okay. The development of that character was not good. Okay. Better Call Saul was on season 2, and now the distributor, the black guy that has the chicken shop, that did not. I mean, it's starting to build up, and the older Mexican boss that owned a couple of the avenues that he owned in Better Call Saul, he had a lot of fully speechable episodes, and I'm kind of glad that I watched Better Call Saul, because I understand that older character a lot more. Santiago, whatever his name was, start with an S. But when you watch him on Breaking Bad, he's already at the stage where he was in Better Call Saul. I think Better Call Saul went back in and out with certain characters, and with the other characters, they just continue where they left off. And I thought that was a bad mix. Okay. Better Call Saul looked like a totally different character on Breaking Bad than he did in Better Call Saul. And Better Call Saul explains a little bit more. But hey, look, that was Better Call Saul's moment to shine, to show you how it's supposed to play out. But I felt like I'm watching Breaking Bad, and there's moments in a lot of these episodes and a lot of these series, I just fell asleep. It just the two Mexican guys with the Mexican boots with the suits on. Um, they had an episode, and the episode didn't make any sense about them crawling with some other people, other town people. That started off not making no sense, but it made sense later on when you watch the movie. The father whose daughter died from an overdose. Uh, he works for the air traffic control, and I don't know if he did this on purpose or not on purpose, but the way how they played it out in the series, it plays like it had a sense of him purposely allowing those two planes to crash. Oh, spoiler alert, man. If you make it this far, okay, then you should expect it, okay, coming in, okay. So if you made it this far, an hour and 26 minutes in, you should have expected that, fam. But that's neither here nor there. All right. So I'm at that point where the planes crash, and that's just around the time when I keep forgetting the main character of Breaking Bad, the guy who had the cancer. He got caught up in his lie when they took him under for his second surgery to take some stuff out. And then they also told him the good news that the cancer is dismissed. I mean, it's disintegrating. It's still a small form of cancer, but it's not as serious as it once was in season one. And as they shot him with drugs to put him under, the wife asked them, and I think she purposely asked him this about did you bring your phone? And then he said subconsciously which phone. So now that brings back old memories in season 2 when they was arguing about that other phone. And I just and he was trying to hide the truth from her because he didn't want to tell his wife that now he had to result into a drug dealer. Okay. And that didn't go well for him because when he woke up and everything he was doing fine, he can pretty much get back to work. She was asking the doctor questions like, can he take care of himself? Basically, that's basically what she said to the doctor. And he should have noticed then. Her energy was totally off. It was totally different. And he should have figured that out. I figured it out immediately, not because I'm watching it from the comfort of my living room. Just that scene alone, I know something's wrong. I mean, you've been married to your wife that long, and you mean to tell me you don't know that something's up? So he should have done one or two things when they came out of that office, the doctor's office. And everyone should know your significant other, your wife. And I would have just looked. I said, hey, you okay? I'll just play it off like that. Like, what's going on? You're okay? And if she said something that is not matching the same energy or it's not making a lot of sense to me, I would just go ahead and just tell her what's been transpiring. Because one or two things are going to happen. She's going to either break up with you because you lied to her, or she's going to honor what you say, but she's going to co-sign to what you say. Excuse me, let me rewind that. Either co-sign to what you say, but don't respect how you took it there. Because at that time in that episode, she found out that her boss is stealing money from the company. And she disagreed with her boss, and she didn't want to be a part of it, and this, that, and the third. But then when she walks out to her car holding the boxes, which, by the way, when she was talking to everybody in the office, she made it look like she didn't really tell everybody in the office that she was going to quit. She just told her boss that she can't co-sign to this. But she didn't officially tell her boss or officially tell anyone else that, hey, I'm quitting. All right. Because she probably had this thought process. If I tell everybody I'm quitting, everybody will probably want to know why you quit. Okay. And I'm not going to lie about it because I got principles. I got morals. I got standards. So we thought. Then she hops in her car, turn the car engine on, put it in reverse for a couple of seconds, then reverse it back into the parking lot. And now she goes back to her office, and the boss is still up there. And now she's saying, okay, I'm co-signing to this. Okay. And I'm like this, look, dude, you got a grown kid. Y'all been together for over 10 years. And see, this is another thing I don't like about Breaking Bad. Okay, that's just common sense. Okay, it doesn't matter. A lot of people are gonna sit up there and tell you, "Oh, well, you have to understand. He was under a lot of stuff. He was under a lot of stress trying to figure out how to pay these bills, and he just couldn't figure out a way to tell her that he's selling drugs to pay off these bills." Okay. Because probably she ain't gonna co-sign to it because he's got other friends that are in high places that was willing to give him the money, even give him a better job, but he didn't want to accept those handouts. He had a DEA agent stepbrother that was going to help, and he didn't want, but he just wanted to do it his way, and this, that, third. He didn't want to accept no handouts. Okay. It just didn't look right to him. The energy just was off, wrong about him. Okay? If y'all want to have that perspective, fine, go ahead. But my thing of it is, you mean to tell me you've been with your wife, I'm going to say at least 10. You got 10 solid years with your wife, and you mean to tell me you know the ins and out about your wife. You know the in-depth everything about your wife, how she's going to react to things. And you mean to tell me if you would have just been straight up and honest with her, you don't mean to tell me that would have went down similar to to you like it did to her boss? She respects the boss more than him. And he's doing dirt. The boss is doing dirt. Because you know why? The boss respected her. And now, if you've been paying attention, she's flirting with her boss. So something's going to go down with her boss where, either she's going to drop them draws for her boss, or, they're going to have an incident. She's going to be, how some women know, they feel like they want to do something. And then when you get in that moment, when you get that opportunity to finally do something, y'all, the temperature rises in the kitchen. Y'all doing passionate kissing and grabbing and touching. And I guarantee you, before he can get real intimate with her, she's gonna say, "No, I can't do this. I can't do this. No, that's wrong. I'll be no different than him." She's gonna say that, or "I got too much love for my husband. I gotta go back to him." Okay, it's gonna be something stupid. Okay. And that's what kills me about the Breaking Bad series. Like, it's just little things like that is making I fall in and out of being interested in this series. But I'm a trooper, guys. If I start something, I finish it. And that's the mentality that I have with the Breaking Bad series. And I've heard a lot of people that haven't watched Breaking Bad tell you the reason why they're not going to watch Breaking Bad, or people that watch Breaking Bad but didn't watch too many episodes come to the conclusion that this is not a good series. But you got all of these people pumping up Breaking Bad. So, oh, that's the ish, Chris. That's the ish. You should have been watching Breaking Bad. Okay? Whatever your pleasure. But my point of it is the way they develop the characters and the way they develop the story is deliberately slow. And a lot of these characters, they're so smart, they're so genius, they're in, but they make dumb, stupid mistakes. Like, you don't know your wife? You're like, he didn't know that. And I can take this. See, look, when you're in that type of life selling drugs, you got to be street smart as well as smart in general, because there is a difference. You got to have street common sense, and you just got to have common sense. There is a difference, okay? And you can, anybody that's true fans of it that's going to debunk this or try to explain it. Look, I understand he's selling drugs. He's not fully street smart. I get that. But everybody with street common sense and just simple common sense would know that you should never inline yourself with a junkie. He inlined himself with a junkie because in the beginning, he needed him, so to say, because he had all the connections, he had all the insights. He knew how to sell it, but after those first couple of batches, you should say to yourself, oh, wait a minute, hold on, why the hell I'm needing him? Because every time we do something major or we do something big, we don't take the full advantage of our profit. We have to take a step back with our profit. It started with one of his friends got hit up, lost his work. Them getting into it with that other crazy drug dude that knew him. Okay? But he should have known before he got into the part when he went to the chicken restaurant to wait for that black guy. Even that black guy told him, he said, "Hey man, the reason why I don't trust you is you ain't lining yourself with a junkie." And now that girl, I didn't know this. Now this hit me fast and hard. Okay, I didn't know it was gonna play out this way. But this girl, but there were some seeds that were already dropped. That now looking back, if hindsight was 2020, I would say, okay, yeah, I see. Okay, I get it now. All right, I get it. But that girl, the junkie's girlfriend, she started off as a nice girl. She's been sober. She got this coin that she's been sober for 18 years. She could have bought that from Amazon. I don't know. This girl going, okay. If she calls again, yo, okay. Anyway, so this junkie girl, and she had all the junkie tendencies. All right. She Y'all can hear me? Y'all can hear me? My bad. Okay. Damn, man. I'm going to change a lot of tags on here because we talked about a whole lot of stuff, man. Yeah, but anyway, it was just a lot of stuff that just did not make no sense. You hear me, fam? And I just think ultimately it's a good it's a good show, but when you compare it to Better Call Saul was a better show in my humble opinion because it explained itself a little bit better. I felt like the writing was a little bit better. I felt like the direction they was going with a lot of the storylines and sub storylines were a little bit better. The introduction to different characters were a little bit better and they was more established. And I even like how video-wise they created Better Call Saul. Everything was a little bit, and you know what? Looking back at it, I think they had to, because it's the same creator from Breaking Bad. Low key, they're probably, when they did Breaking Bad, the Breaking Bad series, they had to figure things out as they're creating the show. And now they done figure things out. And I'm pretty sure season 4 and season 5 are going to be better reputations of Breaking Bad than season 1 and 2. Because it just took too long for a lot of the stories to develop from season 1 and season 2. I'm on season 3 right now. I saw one episode of season 3. I wasn't impressed with season 3 with that one episode, but it's only one episode. All right. And they probably are saying low key to themselves, okay, we done made the Breaking Bad series, or they may have different people that did Better Call Saul. But it's the same creator, it's the same universe, same, whatever. And they're saying to themselves, okay, through our trials and tribulations, we know what works and what don't work because we done tried a lot of these things in Breaking Bad, and a lot of these things just didn't play out. And that's probably one of the reasons why I feel like Better Call Saul is a better series than Breaking Bad, because you have to learn through your mistakes coming in. Okay, so but yeah, that's all I can tell you about Breaking Bad. And like I said, I haven't seen 4 and 5 yet. I'm watching this stuff on Netflix. But that's my humble opinion about it. And I haven't even seen the movie yet, so we're gonna have to wait and see. I haven't even seen Batman. I haven't seen if The Walking Dead. I know The Walking Dead is done wrapping up, and Fear the Walking Dead is probably on, but I haven't even seen not one single episode of Fear the Walking Dead. And Moon Knight, I'm probably gonna have to watch 2 episodes of Moon Knight just to get caught up. Cause I've been watching I've been watching these series. These series are long, these episodes are long, and they have a whole lot of episodes. So I kind of want to get through with Breaking Bad before the weekend gets here, then watch the Breaking Bad movie, and then watch 2 episodes of Moon Knight, and then jump into Batman. That's the way how I'm gonna get down. Man, I haven't even been playing video games. I just been watching these series because it takes a long time now. I could play video games. I haven't checked out the new map. I checked out the new Warzone map. I don't like the new Warzone map, but I said to myself I was going to play it again once they get all the bugs fixed. I bought back into Destiny 2. I had Destiny 2 for like 2-3 solid years. And after playing just this season, I caught up last season and this season. And a lot of the reasons why I stopped playing Destiny are starting to creep up now. I feel like Destiny, this cap thing, and reaching a certain level to do certain things, I think that's old. I really think it's old. I'm not saying the first couple of weeks people should be instantly doing grandmasters and nightfalls or the raid, because now they're at a proper light level. But I feel like they should take a page from Halo, even though Halo is coming slow with content, and just introduce the stuff, the different types of maps and different types of game modes, little by little throughout the season, sprinkle them in. But the same stuff that I had issues with Halo, they're starting to creep up now, and I just just ain't feeling it. Just not feeling it. So yeah, I just been trying to catch up on my videos and movies and things of that nature, and I still been doing these live streams. And just to make it clear for you guys, this moving forward, I'm gonna start doing more live streams on this channel as well as my sports channel, Just My Opinion Podcast, and stream on Twitch and call it a day, and maybe import some of those broadcasts on my gaming channel. Even though, you know what, sometimes you spread yourself too thin. I'll just do Twitch and these other two channels, but I'm heavily going to be doing these other two channels and probably do Twitch over in the weekend. So it is what it is, sometimes you got to dedicate yourself to one platform and one channel. And I think I'm already spread myself too thin with two platforms on one, two channels on one platform. And, I like live streaming, but, it has its pros and cons. Okay. So yeah, I got like 15 more minutes. I would love for this to be a full 2-hour live stream. It would be a 2-hour live stream if people were commenting, and then I can just read the comments. But the next time I do a video, guys, particularly on this channel, would probably be tomorrow, I think. For sure, I'm gonna have to do a podcast on I'm Chris the Don One podcast. It's on my Anchor app, Google Play, the iTunes Podcast Center. So I gotta do an episode. I gotta at least do one, maybe 2 episodes a week for that. Seems like that's popping. Also gotta do some content on Snapchat and TikTok as well as Instagram. Knowing if I do 1 or 2 videos a day, that's good enough. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. That's pretty much what's going on in my life. So subscribe and enjoy. You will not be subscribe and enjoy. You will not be disappointed. Rate, comment, subscribe, share this content with your friends, family, and followers. Hit the like button. Please hit that like button. And if you want to further help the channel even more, hit the join membership. I'm gonna have cool shiny badges and emotes imported for so you guys can go check that stuff out. I'm gonna have a slew of that stuff. I just don't know when I'm gonna have that stuff. I was trying to be dedicated and do it this week, but unfortunately, and there's really no rush to this. But like I said, I'm watching these series, and I got other things on the irons. Wish I was on vacation, and I could have checked these things out a lot sooner. Okay, so yeah, I'm pretty much done. I'm going to have to go back into the lab and add tags that on the topics that we talked about. Just only keeping it and applying it for this video. We didn't go into full details about this video. So, it is what it is. So yeah, I'll see you guys on the next one. Probably have to put 4 titles, maybe 5 titles about each subject, each topic, and we'll just take it from there. But it's been real, dude. I wish I could do this every week, do 2-hour straight live streams, but unfortunately, I can't do that stuff. I can't do nothing for you, man. Can't do nothing for you, man. Well, I got 10 more minutes. That means I could probably squeeze out 5 for you guys. I'd like to give out some shout outs. Makeup University. Y'all go check out her channel. And the reason why I'm telling you to go to these channels, gravitate to these channels, is just show them love and show them support. You don't have to subscribe to them. Just watch out, just check out the content. I like Makeup University stuff sometimes. Oh my gosh, she's gonna be mad at me. She has a vlog. It's a black girl, has a vlog about her daily life, her fashion. I think she's pretty cool. If you subscribe to my channel, you're going to and I've been liking some of her videos, watching some of her videos. You're going to check out them videos for yourself. So go check her out. Get them numbers up and popping for her. I think she has some good content. Just as of right now, I can't think of her name right now because I didn't think I was going to get to this part where I'm going to be telling you guys different people you should check out. There's a Japanese lady by Miss stuff with an S. Man, I just be tripping. Yeah, go look, man. I'm gonna try to have these people's I'm gonna have links. You know what? I'm gonna have links in the comment section, and you guys can go straight to the links and check out those channels for yourself. And the reason why I say go check out these channels because they're small individual YouTube channels, and they just want some love and some support. And I dig their channels. I dig some of their channels because I like original concept content creators. I don't like content creators that regurgitate what's going on social media or what's going on in YouTube or they Google and stuff, stuff that I'm doing right now. But if you want to get into YouTube algorithm, and I done talked about this to you guys, and I thought I had that video, but I don't have that video. And if I do have the video, I'm gonna upload it. The YouTube algorithm is really beneficial for people that are talking and discussing popular topics and subject matter. Okay, those are the ones that's going to get the views versus the individuals that have original content, that has original thought, have original perspective. Okay, and that's just the way it goes. It doesn't matter. And like I said in the video, you can watch all of these videos of these YouTube influencers telling you how to get views on YouTube, how to get subscribers on YouTube, how to what's the algorithm, how to beat the algorithm. But it's hard to beat something that changes daily. It doesn't change weekly. It really doesn't even change daily. Sometimes it changes instantly. Sometimes there could be a hot topic like the Johnny Depp court thing. That was hot a couple of days ago. Blac Chyna was hot a couple of days ago. But now the YouTube algorithm has moved on to something else. Like I was checking out what the YouTube algorithm was promoting on trending topics. And they were talking about Mr. Beastie or Mr. Big or whatever that guy that does content on YouTube that just gives money to just give money to everybody. He was the topic of discussion. It wasn't like he did anything bad or anything. But I'm just saying. And then they had Minecraft, and then it's just it is hard to crack into this YouTube business, particularly the YouTube algorithm, if you're not putting a log in the fire of the YouTube algorithm of of topics that are popular, extremely popular to the YouTube algorithm. That's how it works, folks. You don't have to watch a 10, 20, 30-minute video or pay money to join someone's class. And I'm not hating on it. If you want to spend money on an online course on how to be better on YouTube or how to have a career on YouTube, go right ahead. If you want to sit in your living room and watch a 10, 15, 30-minute, 45-minute video on how to beat the algorithm, what is YouTube, how to be successful on YouTube, go right ahead. But I'm telling you guys, the quick summary on how to be popular on YouTube or make money on YouTube, you have to constantly regurgitate topics that the YouTube algorithm deem as popular content. That's how it works. And then once you get you a fan base, once you get you a base, and it's got to be an extremely large base, then you can start doing your own thing. But your community got to be in supportive of your own thing. If your community subscribes to you because you did gaming streams and now you want to shake the funk, twist it around and say, well, you know what? I don't want to do video streams no more. You know what? I want to do makeup tutorials. All right. They may not be down for that. They may not want to be down for that. But if you don't do if you built your platform, and this has happened to me. This has happened to me, folks. In the beginning of YouTube, when I started my YouTube channel, I used to do gossip, celebrity gossip, and I would, give you guys information. I would educate you guys, and also would be funny. Okay. And in the beginning, I had a huge community that was interested in that, and they wanted me to do more and more and more. But I got tired of doing it because I didn't want to do that type of content. Okay. I just did not want to do it. And I explained, and I just didn't just go in and cold feet and just did something totally different. I did a live stream and did several videos and talked about and talked to everyone on I want to do things. I want to do different stuff. I don't want to be pigeonholed into something that I don't want to do full time all the time. I want to do my own original content, have my own original thoughts and perspectives, and I wanted to do that stuff. And a lot of people did not want to co-sign to that. A lot of people started jumping off ship like it was the Titanic because they specifically subscribed to me because of the simple fact that I was doing the content that they liked. And I took a risk on myself. And yes, the numbers ain't there. What I was doing 4 years ago, well, hell, even 2 years ago, or even a year ago. But people have to understand, when you subscribe to a channel, there's a possibility of the content creator or the content itself changes over time. Sometimes, just doing the same thing over and over again can get stagnant. Some people, there's a lot of people out there that want to do other things besides of what, now, if it's not interesting to you, I understand that. If it's not your thing and you specifically only subscribe to this platform because they do content that you like and now they want to change and if you want to move on that way, that's fine as well. But I feel like there's a yin and yang for everything. Just because that person you subscribe to and they just do something differently, that doesn't necessarily mean that it's probably something that you don't like. I feel like a lot of people don't put a lot of time and energy on things that they instantly quit on. When you're not paying it, when there's no penalty, then you're going to quit things faster than to just play it through and at least give it one opportunity. who knows, you might like it. So yeah, that's that's my perspective on it. And like I said, if you guys believe, I mean, look, there's 100 ways in skinning a cat. Yes, taking courses to be successful on YouTube or make money on YouTube or be popular on YouTube. That's, yeah, if you want to do that, go right ahead. There are promotional sites that will promote your channel in video. You want to pay for that, that's fine and dandy as well. You can watch videos on what makes the algorithm tick and how to be successful utilizing the YouTube algorithm. That's fine as well. But generally, in a nutshell, if you want to be successful, popular, and make a lot of money on YouTube, you're going to have to, here's some golden advice. I'm dropping a jewel, and that is understand that the YouTube algorithm changes over a course of a couple of hours or even minutes. If there's a busy day and there's like 20 different topics that are extremely popular that people are searching for, YouTube is going to promote those 20 topics. And they're going to keep promoting them until something else comes out. They may not promote all 20 of them, but they'll stop promoting the ones that, a lot of people are not searching or viewing. So, and another thing, there's a misconception, and I'm going way over the 2-hour mark. Way over the 2-hour mark. But there is a misconception. I want to say this before I end this. There's a huge misconception on, oh, well, you need to stay in your niche. If you was making gaming channel, you had a gaming stream and you want to change it to a gaming stream, change it to a gaming channel tutorial or a gaming channel review or gaming news, but that's still all gaming. What if somebody that was huge in the gaming stream no longer wants to do that? What if they want to have a cooking channel? Can you add elements of your gaming concept to cooking? Yeah. Yeah, you gotta keep doing that until you get your audience. Then once you get your audience is gonna follow you. That's not a guaranteed solution. That's not guaranteed, folks. Your audience, if you change up, your audience could just leave. Your audience, and there's no guarantee that if you keep continuing making the same stuff, there's no guarantee that your audience will say, okay, I'm either they're tired of you making the same stuff or they find someone that makes the same stuff even better. So there's no huge guarantee that you're going to keep your community. I feel like you should change with the times. I think you should have enough capability and flexibility to change as the algorithm change or change when you get, when you started. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people that had YouTube channels when they were like 13 years old. And you just don't have the same mindset at 13 than where you are 18. You don't have the main mindset or ideals that you had at 18 when you're 24. You grow in society. You don't stay in the same narrative. But I just think, hey, that's just my thought, my opinion. Anyway, I gotta get up out of here, dude. I got to get up out here. I've been on this thing for 2 hours, okay? 2 straight hours. Y'all probably won't hear nothing from me until Thursday, but if I come out with a couple of videos, I'll come out with a couple of videos. All right. But it's your boy, the host with the most. I do not brag or boast. I'm coming to you live from coast to coast. Please hit the notification bell, hit the like button, share this content with your friends, family, and followers. If you want to support this channel, the Don Squad movement, even further, then hit that join membership icon. Memberships get cool, shiny badges and emotes. Okay. But I'm up out of here. I'll talk to you guys later. Deuces.